The next thing, ikhwan, he needs to now become filthy. He needs to live in filth. He needs to exist in filth. And this is linked with something that the Peer Sahibs do today in our societies, and it's called Chilla. Chilla, ikhwan, is when they go and they spend 40 days, 6 months out in the caves, and you believe that this man has gone out there to do worship. But let me show you, ikhwani, what the reality is. This is the reality, ikhwani. This is a cave, okay? And in this cave, ikhwan, what you see are some candles, and you see a circle, okay? You're going to see a circle of stones on the floor, okay? And this man, which you're going to see, he is the magician, the one that is topless. He is the magician, the one that has been caught. Okay, the one who is topless, he's the magician, he's the one that's been caught. What do, ikhwan? They go in this place, and what do? They sit in that circle. They sit in that circle, and they do the chants and their invocations of the shayateen. Watching this, I want you to bear in mind, there is somebody who used to be a magician, and he entered into Al-Islam, and he tells us that when I wanted to become a magician, when I wanted to learn magic, I went out into the cave. And bear this in mind, this person knows nothing about this video. When I wanted to become a magician, I went out into the caves, and I drew a circle, and I stayed within this circle, and I never left this circle. In this circle I sat, and he says, when I was in the worst physical state, filthy, he said that the shayateen began to appear to me. The shayateen began to appear to me, and they began to teach me an element of this magic. They began to teach me an element of this knowledge. But they only gave me a small amount, and when I wanted more, ikhwani, listen now, what did they say? What did they say? You will not get more knowledge now until you go and you fornicate. You go and commit zina. Wa na'udhu billah. But they didn't stop there. They said you have to go and sleep with either your mother or your own sister. Why, ikhwan? Because they are pushing a person. They want to see how much is a man willing to do to learn this magic. How much is he willing to give up to, how filthy is he willing to become in order to learn this magic? And so he says, I went and I did that. This person who became a Muslim, he's telling us, I went and I did that. I went and I committed that haram. Because ikhwani, it's one thing doing it with somebody else, but it's a whole nother level going and doing it with your mother or with your sister. Na'udhu billah. Think about that. So the shayateen are pushing him, and so they taught him a bit more knowledge of this magic, okay? And then, ikhwan, he said, I had to sleep in a position of filth. I had to fill the bath up with filth and rubbish, and I had to sleep in that position. And this is how I slept every single night, in order to please who? To please the shayateen. Ikhwani, a word on these type of things now. When you know that this is how they go and they learn magic, when you've seen it with your own eyes, when you've heard it with your own ears, ikhwani, why then are we so attached to these so-called pious people? These so-called pious people who, when he goes for 40 days, he reaches level 1. And the longer he spends out in Chilla, this is, we believe that he is becoming more and more pious. Ikhwani, subhanallah. You know, there's stories of these peer sabs and they go and do these chilla in cages with dogs. Why? Why do you think that they go and they sit in a cage with a dog for X amount of time? Because they are humiliating themselves. Do you think they're worshipping Allah and there's a dog right next to them? Do you think that he's going and he's worshipping Allah in the middle of the cave? Because the man, it's obligatory upon him, if he's close to a masjid, as you are in a Muslim country, to come and pray with jama'ah, to come and pray in the masjid. If he's so righteous and he's following the sunnah, why does he need to go out into the cave and do what he's doing over there? Why, ya ikhwan? Think about it. Use your common sense. We have the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam amongst us. So why are they abandoning the sunnah and following the ways of who? Following the ways of the magicians, ikhwan. They're not following the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, when he was about to become a prophet, when Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq was about to be revealed to him, at those times Allah made seclusion beloved to him, and he would go and sit in the cave. He would go and sit in the cave. Why? Because his people were upon shirk. His people were worshipping idols. So to free himself from this, Allah made this seclusion beloved to him. After the revelation came to him, I want you to answer me. Did the Prophet ﷺ ever go to the cave again? The answer is no, ya ikhwan. Before al-Islam, before the revelation, yes. After al-Islam came, after the revelation came, not once did the Prophet ﷺ go out like this, the way he used to before al-Islam. These people, they are not following the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. They're following the way of the magicians, ya ikhwan. And these are one of the many things that we can bring against these, so-called peers and maulanas and fakes. This is one of many things, wallahi. One of many things.